Typically, the Rust character is the most talked about. He's certainly the more complex of the two. Rust is very mysterious. His odd behavior doesn't allow the audience to ever get a specific, relatable connection to him, because he started the story already experiencing his midlife crisis. Marty, on the other hand, is the common family man. He's not mysterious at all. Marty's character is open for everyone to see. His downfall is visibly documented throughout the story. Let's explore how Marty's violent nature and his treatment of women lead him towards his midlife crisis.
Look, I can see 40.
Marty begins the story with a nuclear family and a promising career. On the surface, Marty has it all. He's the blueprint of a happy, stable father and husband. But eventually, Marty shows his flaws. He's having an affair. Eventually, the affair ends.
Marty, get out!
But she said she was singing.
Marty! Stop! Stop it!
Dick, huh?
Stop it!
Suck your fucking
Stop
dick!
it! Stop it! Get out!
Marty didn't like that his mistress was leaving him for another man. In response, she exposes his infidelity to his wife. His attempts to get Maggie back after the affair might seem honorable and genuine, and at first it is, but Marty later relapses and has another affair. He doesn't really appreciate his family. He's not sincere. There's a scene early in the series where Marty speaks about Rust not having a family after a certain age.
Past a certain age, a man without a family can be a bad thing.
Rust suffers from a horrible incident that destroyed his family, but it isn't until later in the story that we realize Marty's comment was symbolically self-referential.
Because there's a feeling, you might notice it sometime, this feeling like life has slipped through your fingers, like the future's behind you, like it's always been behind you.
Marty lost his family, not by outside events like Rust, but by his own actions. Marty's ego created a delusional safety net he thought protected him from responsibility, but it didn't. Many times, middle-aged men feel compelled to buy a new sports car or begin taking karate, or something that satisfies the memories of their younger days. I understand, but I also view it as completely foolish, because it could hurt themselves and others in the process. Nobody wants to lose their youth. It's how we deal with that loss that defines a man's character. Instead of lifestyle changes and attempts to resurrect a new life from nostalgia, embracing what you have more deeply is the best way to resist a midlife crisis. And what Marty has, after Maggie takes him back, is a second chance to love his family more.
The solution to my whole life was right under my nose. That woman, those kids.
Marty's specific problem is his attitude towards women. Marty took advantage of his wife's kindness by having his second affair. He also shows his violence towards women. As complicated as Rust is, he's never seen putting his hands on a female character. Marty, on the other hand, is sadistically violent. He murders Reggie Ledoux after finding the kidnapped children, and he beats up the two guys who were caught with his daughter. Rust and Marty both take the law, violently at times, into their own hands, but Marty has a consistent and deadly violence in him that he sometimes uses during personal situations. It's Marty's interactions with the women in his life and the double standards he puts on them that spirals him towards his midlife crisis. That double standard comes to fruition when Maggie tells him that she had sex with Rust.
Ugh.
It was Rust. I fucked your partner, Rust.
Get your fucking hands off me.
Coward.
He approaches her with aggression and even puts his hands around her neck, but Marty doesn't hurt her like she expected. Ironically, he resists his violent nature in this moment because he knows he deserves what Maggie has done to him. She hurt his pride. She even calls him a coward to really drill in the insult of her infidelity, right to his face too. She beats him at his own game. Once their marriage dissolves, we see Marty enduring the aftermath of his midlife crisis. He's alone with no romantic interests, reduced to online dating platforms to meet women, whereas women would flock to him just a few years prior. He even quit his career as a detective. It makes sense when you take into consideration the personal events that have led up to his quitting. He started a small private investigation firm, which reflects his desire to have a job that moves at his own pace and removes the horrors and stress of being a detective. Marty, at this point, is probably in his late 40s or early 50s. He's lost his hair, developed a belly, and lives an overall quiet life. We see this in a quick montage of scenes that depict him and Rust living similar lives.
Quiet life. I don't stay out late. I go home.
Yeah, I'm about the same. No girlfriend. Just go to work and go home.
They're both alone, just work and go home, like most single men of that age do after surviving a midlife crisis. They've been defeated by life and choose to live without the possibility of drama in their lives from there on out. It's safe to say that Marty has remorse for his actions. We see this when Maggie and his 2 daughters visit him in the hospital. His character arc comes full circle now. Solving the case and ending the murders allows Marty to be in a vulnerable position that leaves him without anyone to care for him. That is, until the family he betrayed shows up. He cries from guilt upon seeing them, realizing now, in his vulnerable state, that he should have never hurt his family because they'll always be there for him. By right, they shouldn't care about him as a response for how he treated them, but they forgive him. He didn't appreciate his family and instead chose to seek happiness elsewhere. If he solved the case and kept his family, it would not have mirrored Russ's character having lost his family. Marty's loss of his family is the symbolic exchange for solving the case. Rust and Marty both share the burdens of the midlife crisis together. They started out at odds with one another, but ended as best friends.